So we still have 19 more minutes. Yeah? To be, what time is Marav?
42.
42? Oh, four, we have longer. We have 24 minutes still to be Mis'abel on Yerushalayim. So what did we lose with the destruction of the Beis Hamikdash? I want to share with you 10 Gemaras. 10 times Chazal say the phrase Miyom Shechara Beis Hamikdash, because that's a key phrase, right? We want to know what happened when Hashem destroyed the Beis Hamikdash. So what was lost? So let's start from the beginning of Shas. We're now going to go through the whole Shas. Luckily, they have Sfarim that have already done it for us, so you don't actually have to know it yourself. But, it makes life a lot easier. Here we go. The Gemara in Brachos, Lamed Beis, Lamed Beis. Miyom Shechar Beis Hamikdash, Nifsika, Choymas, Barzel, Ben Yisrael, La'aviyem Shabbat Shamayim. What'd you say? I can't hear you. No, he didn't say anything. I'm just, when there's an iron wall between you and somebody else, it's very hard to hear them. The Gemara says that from the day the Beis Hamikdash was destroyed, there's an iron wall between us and HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Now that doesn't mean things don't get through. Things could get through. A lot of things could get through iron. Sound waves could get through iron. It just means it's muffled, it's hard. There's a separation. From the day the Beis Hamikdash was destroyed, there's an iron wall between us and HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Imagine if we still have a private audience. Hashem's still listening, but there's a separation between us. But imagine when the Beis Hamikdash stood and we asked Hashem for something, and it went directly from our mouth, Kiviyachal, to Hashem's attention. That was lost with the destruction of the Beis Hamikdash. Next, that very Gemara says, Miyom Shechara Beis Hamikdash, Ninalu Sharei Tefillah. From the day the Beis Hamikdash was destroyed, the gates, are you allowed to say Gesundheit on Tisha B'Av? It's a bracha. It's like Mazel Tov, yeah. I never got so many Mazel Tovs as I got today. Everyone's coming over with Mazel Tov because they can't say anything else. They just say Mazel Tov. So somebody, a Chasheva Rebbetzin, said that she thinks she's allowed to say goodbye. Because what does goodbye mean? What's the etymology of goodbye? God be with you. It's a bracha. You should be allowed to say goodbye. But that's not the kavana. You mean, see you later. It's still She'ela Shalom. Okay, Yesh Lachgar. So the day the Beis Hamikdash was destroyed, Ninalu Sharei Tefillah, the gates of heaven, the gates of prayer are locked. The gates of prayer are locked. Now, just because something is locked doesn't mean you can't get through. There are a lot of things that are locked that people get into anyway. So don't think that your tefillahs are ineffective. They're still very effective, but they're locked. It just means you need to unlock them. That means in order for your tefillos to work, you got to unlock the gates of heaven. So that was lost when the Beis Hamikdash was destroyed. When the Beis Hamikdash stood, the gates were open. You did not need to unlock the gates of heaven. Miyom Shechara Beis Hamikdash, Nigzera Gezera Al Bateyan Shel Tzadikim Sheyechravu. From the day the Beis Hamikdash was destroyed, it was decreed on the houses of tzadikim that they should be destroyed. I guess the roofs don't, they're not like they used to be. You need repairs, back when the Beis Hamikdash stood, you looked up at the ceiling, and the ceiling was the way you painted it. Nowadays, look at the ceiling. You see there are cracks over there. They weren't there when we painted it originally. That's because of Churban Beis Hamikdash. Miyom Shechar Beis, now we're up to Baba Basra. We just jumped from Brachas to Baba Basra. Miyom Shechar Beis Hamikdash, Nitla Hanavua Min Hanaviyim, V'nitna L'shoitim U'latinoikais. From the day the temple was destroyed, prophecy was taken away from the Nevi'im, and it was given to fools. You better believe it. Can you imagine, back when the Beis Hamikdash was destroyed, there were Nevi'im. Let's say you didn't know what's for supper when you get home. You go to the Navi. Now you could just walk home and see what's for supper. You could ask the Navi, what are we going to eat later? And the Navi would tell you. No, but imagine when you had Nevi'im. You had Nevi'im, you had a problem in life, you would go to the Navi and you'd ask the Navi, what am I doing wrong? And the Navi would identify what you were doing wrong and you would fix it and your problems would go away. We don't have that anymore. Now you got to figure out yourself what you have to fix. You know, there's a interesting halachic controversy. You know, they discovered this blue dye. So some people wear it as tcheles. Most poskim say no, they don't go for it. The poskim in general do not go for it. Rabbi Yashiv said, we've seen this before. There have been many attempts throughout history to identify tcheles, and it's always proven to be not accurate. But one of the arguments of the counter arguments to tcheles is, why do you wear tcheles? Because the tcheles reminds you of the sea, and the sea reminds you of the rakiah, right? Tcheles doimel liyam, v'yam doimel rakiah, v'rakiah doimel l'kisei hakavod. So actually, I once saw in the Chuvas of the Satmar Rebbe, he says, you know, tcheles is not going to help you anymore because it's supposed to remind you of the rakiah, but the Gemara says, miyom shechar Beis Hamikdash lo niras rakiah b'tarasa. You will not see the true blue of the sky anymore. So you're wearing tcheles to remind you of the rakiah, but we don't have a rakiah anymore. Miyom shechar Beis Hamikdash lo niras rakiah b'tarasa. Next. Miyom shechar Beis Hamikdash nasu geshamim tzimuken. Gemara in Tainus. It doesn't rain like it used to rain. Even though in Cedarhurst it could rain. Now that's only because there's no drainage. There's no drainage. I don't have anything. People want to know, what do I have with the water? And it's not personal. Just telling you the facts. There's no drainage over here. So it's not that you would, you know, if you look in the streets after the rain, you would think it does rain. No, the Gemara is true. It doesn't rain like it needs to rain. Look at people's lawns, right? It's not green like, I don't know, the grass on the other side of my block is always much greener than mine. Now, the lawn is never green like it's supposed to be. Why? It doesn't rain like it used to rain. Miyom shechar Beis Hamikdash batal hashamir. You don't have the shamir worm. V'noifes sufim. You don't have the sweetness of the honeycomb. So you say, okay, well, what do I need the sweetness of the honeycomb? But here, this v'upasku anshe amonim Yisrael. You don't have honest people. Honesty has ceased. Gemara in Soita Memches. Miyom shechar Beis Hamikdash ein yom she'ein boi klala. There's no day that does not have some element of curse. V'lo yered hatal bracha. The dew does not descend for blessing. V'nital tama peros. Fruits don't taste the way they used to. It used to be when you ate an apple. If you ate an apple a day, it used to be, you would keep the doctor away. Now, even if you eat an apple a day, no guarantees. Because the fruits don't taste the way they used to taste. Gemara in Avodah Zarah. Miyom shechar Beis Hamikdash ein schaik l'Hakadosh Baruch Hu. Yalkut Shemaini. Miyom shechar Yerushalayim v'char Beis Hamikdash k'viyachal ein simcha l'fnei Hakadosh Baruch Hu. So to speak, there's no joy before Hashem. Of course there is joy, but it's as if there's no joy. So these are some of the things to think about that we lost with the Churban Beis Hamikdash.